Hello all, welcome back to this channel. This video is part of the series of SSIS tutorial videos. So in this video, we are going to concentrate on aggregate transformation in SSIS that comes under data flow task. So aggregate transformation in SSIS is used to perform group-based calculations such as sum, count, average, minimum and maximum within the data flow task. So you will be having a group of values and you can sum out that group and you will be showing the total sum of that group as the result. So why we use aggregate transformation? We use it for reducing the data size by summarizing information to perform calculation on group data without writing complex SQL queries. It supports multiple aggregation in single transformation and improves ETL efficiency. Of course, we know that we are using ETL, and there are certain common use cases of this, that is to summarizing sales revenue per region or per product and counting total number of customers per city, finding minimum and maximum order values, calculating average salary by department. So we will go to an example where we will be getting a data from a CSV file and we will take the aggregate sales total and we will be outputting it to a flat file. So here we are having an input here. In this input CSV file, you can see we have ordered ID, region and sales amount. So we are going to get the sales amount with respect to the region. So here actually North is having around 1800. So our output will be North and sales amount as 1800, and we will be counting the order ID. So how much order ID came for North? So for North we have 3 order ID. So the count of order ID will be 3 and the sales amount will be 1800, and we will do the same for South and East also. So we will go to the SSIS and we will start a new project. You can select the integration service project and you can give the location for that, and we will create the project. And you have to select the data flow task to the control flow, and we will be going inside the configuration of data flow task, and here we will be taking the source, and our source is going to be flat file source, that is a CSV file. So you can double click the flat file source and you can edit the tag flat file, and you can select a new connection manager and you can select the file name. And the file name here actually it won't come. You have to select the text files you have to change the text files to CSV files, and of course you will be getting the file name and you can open it. And now we have to change the data type of this file, because since the file is in CSV format, the data type everything will be in string. So you have to go to the advanced data type, and here you have to check with the order ID. See, order ID is in string, you have to change it to numeric, and then region, of course, let it be in string itself, and the sales amount should also be in numeric. So you need to change it to DT numeric, and then you have to click OK. And if you want to preview it, you can preview it, and of course, now we need to take the aggregation transformation, because you are going to aggregate the total sales and order ID with respect to the region. So you need to select the aggregate transformation. That is our first transformation under the common tab, and you can join the flat file using the pipeline and you can edit the aggregate transformation. Now the first thing we need to notice is that with respect to what we are going to aggregate it, with respect to the region you are going to aggregate. So you can select the region and of course we are going to group by the region. So if you want to change the name of the region, you can change it. You can write it as group by region. So now we got with respect to what we are going to group by, and next what you are going to get the aggregation of. First we are going to get the aggregation of total orders. So you can select the order ID, and here you can give the name for it, and you can give the name as number of orders, and here in the operation you can select and give the necessary operation. Here we are going to count. You are not going to count the count distance, you are going to just count it. Count distance means, okay, with respect to the distance it will be counting, and so but we are going to count it using normal count. So we got the count, and the next one is a sales amount, and you can give the name as total sales, and you're going to give the operation as sum, because you're going to add all the total sales with respect to the region. So you can give it as sum, and now we will select OK. And now since the aggregation is over, you're going to give the out. So go to the destination and go to the flat file destination, and you can join it with the pipeline from the aggregation transformation, and you can select the output file, and we will select the new file, and you can browse the file here. Since no file is there, we will just create a text file. We will name it as output, and we will open that output and we will see it. Of course, we have to select this column names with the first data row, and you can select OK. Now you need to see the mapping, whether everything is proper in the mapping. So now the mapping is proper because both the input and output are having mapped to the same column. So you can select OK and you can execute the package. So you can see we have executed the package. So here itself we can see from the flat file, 6 rows went to the aggregation transformation. Total rows in the flat file was 6. It went to the aggregation transformation. And from the aggregation transformation, you can see only 3 rows came for the output. That is because it grouped the input into 3, because only 3 rows were there proper with respect to the region north, south and east. So with respect to all these 3 rows, it went and gave the output in the flat file destination. So you can go and check the flat file. So here we are in the destination folder, and of course we can see this output text. So you can see what result came in this output.txt. Yes, we can see that, okay, the first one was group by, we changed the name, and the second was number of orders, and the third one was total sales. And with respect to east, it was 400. That is because the count was 1. And initially we saw is in the north only 3 count was there, and it was 1800. Everything came proper. So this is one simple example for aggregation transformation. Hope you can explore more on that using minimum and maximum and average. Hope this was a valuable video. Have a nice day.